Guess who has to quarantine right now? And guess who has a really bad cough and some other things for totally unrelated reason? It's not because of this virus that people talk about. Well, today we're going to talk about growing on Instagram, growing your personal brand without actually being on Instagram. Just hit the Rolex really hard. Because in this case, in this very overlooked way to grow your personal brand online, it's the pills. It's the medication. Instagram is actually not the focus. Even though in the end, you will grow on Instagram, you will have more engagement than ever before on Instagram. You will have a stronger audience than ever before on Instagram. I hope that made sense. Actually, thinking about it right now, it didn't make sense. But yeah, watch the video. It will make sense at some point. So roll it. Welcome back, motherfucker. My name is Dominic Dominators. That's what I wanted to say. And let's talk about your Instagram, a whole different aspect. Your personal brand. Actually, let's talk about your personal brand or your online brand or whatever you might want to call that. Because actually, there's a lot of people who use Instagram as their sole way of growing an audience, of getting an audience, of following online, because they think it's easier, because they think it's not too much work, or just because they think it's a great platform, which it is. But actually, Instagram has some downfalls and has some things that that are kind of out of your hands. And even though, you know, in this whole channel we talk quite a lot about things that you can actually change on your profile to get this organic growth, to get the reach, to get the engagement, still there's some factors where you would probably be best advised to go to another platform and feed over the people. Now here's the thing, I kind of get quite a lot of people reaching out to me saying, well, Dominic, I have grown my audience on Instagram to 100,000, 70,000, 200,000 plus followers. I want to do something with it, you know, whether it be, you know, making money or growing your email list. Ideally, it's both at the same time. And what a lot of them notice is that actually not that many people, as they would have thought, are actually converting over, be it, you know, the email, be it money-wise or actually just engagement-wise. Now, the problem that a lot of these people have is, a lot of people are just in for the numbers. I get it. You know, it's great to have great numbers, to have a lot of followers. It's great to show it off, to show some people. It certainly helps a ton with chicks and stuff like this. But that's about it. And a lot of people solely grow their social media following just on Instagram with just a nice fashion profile with, you know, some nice aesthetics or some nice pictures and stuff like this. And you might see that you get a lot of followers, people following you actually, but you'll soon start to notice that there's something missing. I need a new tip. Missing from this whole thing, the tribe. It's building a tribe, all right? And even though it's certainly doable to build a tribe on Instagram, don't get me wrong, there's a few things that are easier if you combine different social medias for that. In this case, we talk about YouTube. Now, let's get the board of truth and justice, the whiteboard of, it's actually not a whiteboard, it's actually blue board of truth and justice. Now let's talk about this whole thing of what actually is missing on Instagram and what you can do to substitute that, if you will. Let's just take a step back and think what works really well on Instagram. You know, first of all is relating with people, you know, connecting with them on a personal level. And also, it's pretty easy to create content on Instagram, actually, be, you know, micro content, if you will. What's going on with this? Does anybody have a different app for this? Because I'm just over that. Micro content. So you can create fast content easily, and this is usually why people get into Instagram, you know, in the first place, because they are like, it's easy to create content, you know. For example, stories, you know, it's just, you know, basically there's no production value behind it. You can just whip out your phone and just start creating your stories, and that's about it. And, you know, there's some pictures, obviously, now with Reels and with IGTV and things like that. Things are becoming a little bit more complicated and better for the long term, but still we're gonna get to that. We're not gonna talk about this right now. This is what you guys usually do. This is what you usually Instagrammers do pretty well. Now there's one thing that's actually a really bad part of Instagram. Instagram has not really done that well, if you ask me, and they're working on that. Yeah, but that's not part of this video, which is the discovery. discovery feature. You know, it's actually pretty hard to get discovered on Instagram. You know, we talk about it quite a lot here on this channel in my black file, you know, the algorithm and stuff like this. But there's actually not that many ways to get discovered on Instagram. You know, first thing being hashtags. Hashtags. Yeah, that's one thing. Second thing being Reels. Yeah, Reels is actually a big time thing where people can start to discover you, where you can kind of see there's a sophisticated content recommendation system going on, and there's also the suggested profiles that are popping up every now and then. Other than that, it's pretty much it. Obviously, you can grow with ads, but we're not going to talk about that right here. In my paid program, the black file, yeah, we talk about that. But yeah, that's probably too much for right now. And this is actually where you can start to see the pitfalls of Instagram, which is the discovery system, okay? You create content, different forms of content on Instagram for relating with people and stuff like this. But then again, nobody's going to find you, especially if you're new on Instagram. If you start out or if you want to take matters in your hands, you want to start to grow, you know, kind of hard and kind of a long process to get discovered, actually. Obviously, there's a reaching out method that you can do. We talk about it in my free training down below, where you can get initial followers pretty fast, but still, that's only one way. And what did we learn always when we talk about, you know, making money, for example, online? Multiple streams of income are actually the best way to go. So why not actually view your personal brand as, you know, multiple streams of personal brand? Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Which is why, in this case, our beloved app, you know it. It's not even an app. Let me just find the red. We don't have red here. What the hell is this? Yes, you guessed it. YouTube comes into play. And before the people are like right now, no, YouTube. I went to Instagram because I don't want to do YouTube. I don't want to speak in front of a camera and stuff like this. Well, if you really want to grow a personal brand, if you really want to take matters in your own hands and start something great, awesome, you're going to have to be in front of a camera. Also on Instagram. You know, without that, it's okay. You can still make it work. But yeah, not as well. So why not just go to YouTube as well? Because it has actually some huge advantages over Instagram. And I notice, you know, that people who come over from YouTube to your Instagram are actually super engaged. It's just the way, you know, you form relationships online. Now, there's one thing, you know, you guessed it, that YouTube does the best. It's the discovery feature with its recommendation system as well, but mostly through the search of YouTube. Wow, there's some background coming here. We can actually leave that. Oh, that's the wrong keyboard. And this is what Instagram is actually missing. There's actually no search, no real search. I mean, you can search something in there, but yeah, let's face it, no. You can't. And turns out YouTube is actually the second biggest search engine in the world. Right. So especially if you have some knowledge content to share or some entertainment content, a little bit harder, but still, or just something that some niche, basically some niche. And people are searching for things all the time, also obviously on YouTube. So if you create content based around your niche that people actively search for, you're gonna get views. And if it's just 100 views or 50 views, it's still 50 people that if you convert them right from your videos over to your Instagram profile, it's 50 people that also the algorithm sees. And they, like I said, those people who come over from here are super engaged. So the algorithm sees that there's just a bunch of people coming over every now and then, every month. And it will start to actually become your friend more than ever before. You know, opening it up for you for, you know, more hashtag, for more reach. Explore page, obviously I forgot about the explore page right here. But yeah, that's about it. Now, another thing why YouTube is so great is because it's always there. It's always there. If you have some videos on there, you know, based around a certain topic, and you start to create some content, it makes them curious to actually want to, you know, check out your Instagram profile. Maybe part of the content or some small part of the content leads to your Instagram profile naturally, and people, you know, are just curious or just want to check that out. Yeah, people are gonna come over, you know. And the way YouTube works, it's kind of like this evergreen machine. I have videos that are a couple of years old that continue to give me traffic, also continue to actually give me people to check out my Instagram profile. Now, this whole reciprocity that's going on between YouTube and Instagram and people and certain stages of what followers and fans and your community goes into is actually kind of overlooked, if you ask me. And yeah, it's a lot more work. YouTube is quite a lot of work, but what should you do? You know, if you want to create something awesome, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of work, but it's so worth it. I can guarantee you that. Now, the most important part here is the community. The community, all right? Always focus on that more in 2021 than ever before. Yeah, I'm already talking about 21 because I'm just over this year. Now, this was just a very quick overview and a very loosely based overview to actually make you understand that growing a personal brand might have a little bit more to do than just growing Instagram followers. And if you do it the right way, yeah, you're gonna benefit for both or for all of the platforms. Another thing that I can think of right now is just talking about revenue streams, for example. You know, I know this video is not about that, but still, you can make YouTube ad revenue directly on YouTube as well. So yeah, just another stream of revenue coming over. So if I was you, you know, I would go into creating YouTube and Instagram just because it ups your chances by a lot. And it's worked for me and it's worked for a lot of other people. Now, this was just a quick overview to make you understand the whole, process of, creating a personal brand, making a personal brand. Yeah, be sure to check out my Instagram profile, where you can see some behind the scenes stuff, some other content that you don't get right here. And yeah, I'm going to see you in a couple of days. I'm trying to get better here, in my department, but I'll be better. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks a lot.